Welcome, everybody. My name is Steve Sweetman to this audio message entitled The Battle Over Truth. It wasn't until the 1960s when archaeologists in Western Israel discovered positive proof of the Roman governor Pontius Pilate. Many people were curious and speculative if Pontius Pilate ever existed. But in the mid-1960s, there was unearthed many documents that proves that Pontius Pilate did exist. We see Pilate in the book of John. In John chapter 18, verses 28 to 40, we see him interrogating Jesus. During part of the interrogation process, Pilate got quite frustrated and agitated. And it came right after Jesus saying this. Jesus said, "Those who embrace the truth listen to me because I am truth." So out of frustration, agitation, Pilate asked the age-old question, what is truth? Now, we don't know if Pilate sort of muttered this under his breath out of frustration, like, oh man, what is truth anyway? Or if he actually inquired of Jesus, asking him, in all honesty, Jesus, what is truth? No matter the motivation for Pilate's question, this has been a question of debate really by philosophers, theologians, and the general public for years and years, centuries and centuries. And as far as I'm concerned, the whole issue, the whole controversy about what really is truth goes back to the Garden of Eden. It goes back to Genesis 3, where we read this statement made by Adam after Adam and Eve tried to hide themselves from God, which is kind of ridiculous. Adam made this statement in defense of himself. "The woman you put here with me, she gave some fruit of the tree to me." Simply put, Adam says that woman, not that wife, not my wife, that woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit. By so doing, what Adam was doing was he was shifting the blame from himself to both God and to Eve, because when you see the words, that woman, the woman you gave, well, that's shifting the blame from Adam to God, because if God had not put the woman in the garden, then we wouldn't have the present problem. Then when Adam says, "She gave me the fruit," well, that also is shifting the blame from Adam to Eve. Like it's her fault. The problem is her fault. She gave me the fruit. Well, Adam did speak truth. He spoke truth in that statement that I just read. God did put Eve in the garden, and Eve did offer Adam the fruit. So that's a truthful statement. But Adam was using that truth in an untruthful, self-serving, self-protecting way. So we can do this. We can take truth and use the truth in an untruthful, self-serving way, and that's what Adam did. And that is where I believe the whole concept of what is truth entered the human consciousness. Now, if we fast forward to today, in our Western world, truth is relative, meaning Truth varies from person to person. Truth varies from place to place. And truth varies from time to time, era to era. There is no absolute, constant, universal truth for all to believe and embrace, and that is problematic. With the presupposition today that there is no absolute truth, every individual can be and really is the inventor of his own truth. And we see this throughout the social media world. We see it throughout television and any other form of communication. The problem today is that people are espousing their version of truth. And all these different versions of truth is causing confusion. It's causing much confusion to the place that we do not know who to believe anymore. Just think about it. I don't really need to give examples here in 2020, but just think about it. We have different versions of truth bombarding us from all directions. We just have no clue then. We throw up our hands in bewilderment and say, what is truth? And in the end, we choose to believe what is truth by whatever captivates our attention at any given time, or as 2 Timothy 4:3 puts it, whatever our itching ears want to hear, that is what we will believe to be true. So if we have not formulated our own truth, we will accept another truth, whatever that truth may be, if it satisfies our itching ears that want to hear one particular type or version of anything claiming to be true. Now this reminds me of what the Apostle Paul said in 2 Thessalonians 2:9. And this is what he said, NIV. The coming of the lawless one, that's the Antichrist, will be in accordance with how Satan works. Satan and the Antichrist, anybody who knows anything about biblical prophecy know that they go together. He, meaning the lawlessness one, he will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that serve the lie. We kind of can speculate what the lie is. Paul does not tell us what the lie is. But Satan, through the Antichrist, will use wonders and mighty actions that will serve the lie and all the ways that wickedness deceives those who are perishing. Those who are perishing, Paul says, are caught up into the deceptive ways of the Antichrist, which are satanic. Paul goes on to say, they, meaning the truth rejectors, they perish because they refuse to love the truth, truth originating with God himself, the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, and so be saved. If you reject the truth of God, you will not be saved. Paul goes on to say, for this reason God sends them a powerful delusion so that they will believe the lie, and whatever the lie is, Paul does not say a lie. So it is God who is using Satan as a tool in his hand to confuse or dilute the thinking of truth rejectors. God is sending them a powerful delusion that they will believe the lie, whatever that the lie is. And so that all will be condemned. All of the people who reject the truth will be condemned, who have not believed the truth which originates with God, but have delighted in wickedness. The fact of the matter is this: at the end of this age, God, through Satan, will send unbelievers a powerful delusion so that they will believe the lie that somehow is associated with the Antichrist. So with that in mind, how does that apply to us today? This is how I believe it applies. As Christians, we cannot get sidetracked from our mission to create disciples belonging to the Lord Jesus Christ by getting caught up in all this battle over truth. If we get caught up in the middle of this battle over what really is truth and neglect our mission to create disciples for the Lord Jesus Christ, as what I believe much of the evangelical church in North America is doing, especially in the United States, then we will we're going to just destroy our mission. We cannot afford to get caught up in this battle of truth coming from us from all directions, or else we will be just as confused as the world around us is confused. No, we stand as a beacon of God's truth to the world. We just stand as representatives, as a witness to God's truth. If you read Ephesians 6, Paul said that our battle is not against the men, it's against spiritual wickedness. It's against the demonic world. He does not say in Ephesians 6 that we are to go into this battle and fight the human agents. No, we are only to stand firm against the demonic forces. He doesn't even say we will win the fight against them, because in the end, Jesus wins that fight. Our job is to stand firm. So in this battle over what is truth, let us not get caught up in the human battle. We rise above it. We stand firm as a witness to God's truth. The battle eventually belongs to God. He will bring all these confused nations to their knees, and they will crumble in their confusion and be destroyed, as seen in Revelation chapter 18. So, bottom line, there is a human battle over truth today. It's coming at us from all directions. As Christians, we rise above the battle. We stand firm as a beacon of God's truth as we win people over to the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for listening.